Okay, welcome back to my channel. Good morning. Good morning, ding, ding. It is the morning after my COVID vaccine. And it has been a very interesting night, to say the least. So I had an appointment for 8 o'clock. And we left here, Jersey, maybe like around 6:30 or so. I'm texting my two best friends. I'm like, yo, if I die, my video will is on my phone. This is the password to my phone. This is the password to my computer. Like, I was bugging out, right? I was nervous because y'all know I have asthma, so I was like scared. So when we get to Yankee Stadium, my husband's like doing circles, traffic is like crazy. There's like cars lined up waiting for people. Like it was organized though. It wasn't bad. It was organized. So he dropped me off like at 7:10. I got on the line and the line wasn't that bad. I think it was maybe like, I would say about 50 people ahead of me. It definitely wasn't 100. It was maybe like 50. It wasn't that many because I was pretty close to like the entrance where you got to go through the metal detectors and all of that. Then I stood online till about 7:45, and then that's when they started calling us in. But like when we were standing on the line, right, we had to stand on a long ass line. They had all these soldiers going up and down the block. And I was like, I think that's what made me more like scared and paranoid, was the soldiers being out there, right? Because some of them were nice, some of them were like a little rude. Like they had one guy, he was telling us like to move towards the wall. There's like a gate. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not no wall there. It's like a gate there. And he was like telling us to like move towards that. And like, I guess he wanted us to make like a straight line. But there was people that were in groups of 4s and 5s and 3s and 2s. So they were all kind of like clustered. They weren't like really standing in a straight line. So I was by myself. I was behind like a group of some elderly folks. It was like 5 of them together. So then they had another soldier. She had like a tablet going up and down the line, and she was just confirming everybody's appointments. So if you had an appointment, like I don't know what she was doing on her tablet, because she barely glimpsed at my phone when I showed her my confirmation. But I guess she was just confirming, like, make sure everybody's appointment was for 8 o'clock or after. Anybody who was like 8 o'clock or 4, they was already like letting know the last of them go inside. So I got on the line at a really good time, because as soon as I got on the line, it was like 100 or something people or more behind me. I turned around at one point and I was like, whoa, like, I was so glad that I got there at the time that I got there. But then, like, I don't know, like, anxiety started coming over me, and I started getting scared when I was standing on the line, and, like, I started praying, and I was like, oh my God, am I making the right decision? Like, do I really want to get this vaccine? And so, like, it was too late at that point. Like, I was already, like, the 5 people in front of me, they was already at the 2 soldiers that were checking IDs. So it was like, turn back now, or like, what you gonna do? So I was like, sweet baby Jesus, said my little prayer, and took out my, I had my phone in my hand, but they had already checked it. So then there was some other soldiers like, oh no, all these people are good. Like, they had already confirmed us. So they was like, all we needed was our ID out. So then we went through the metal detectors, went inside, and it was like a little zigzag line. When we get inside, It was so loud in there. Like, it was like little cubicles. And so they had like tables set up with like the clear glass thing and stuff. And the lady was like, I gave her my ID. And she was like, well, what qualifies you to get your shot? So I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all made me stand on this long ass line. I have an appointment, which we already answered all those questions when we made the appointment. To then ask me this again, but you know I'm hard of hearing. I don't know if y'all know that, but Rosie's losing her hearing because I'm a cancer survivor, and it messed up the nerves in my ears. So I was like, "Can you repeat that? Like I don't know what you're saying. You know, plus the mask." So then the lady that's next to her takes it upon herself to come at me and be like, oh, but what qualifies you? I was like, but I still couldn't understand what they were saying. So I was like, my girlfriend booked the appointment because I couldn't hear what they were saying. So they was like, no, what qualifies you? Why should you get the... I was like, oh, I'm an asthmatic. I get asthma. So then they was like, oh, okay, that's a good enough question. But your friend being a nurse is not good. I said, back up. All I said was she booked the appointment for me. I didn't say that was my qualifying reason, people. Girl, don't people at reception, whatever, check-in area, registration, whatever you want to call it, they rude as fuck. Sorry. But they rude. They's rude. Let's go. Give me my sticker. Give me my sticker. I got to go. So they gave me my sticker. And they gave back my ID. And then I turned the corner. And then they had all these cubicles. Cubicle. I was like... Then they got the soldiers walking around with the plastic bin. They got the plastic bin. Walking around with the plastic bin. Don't be looking at my donuts. They got the plastic bin in their hand with the needles already loaded up in the thing. In the syringe. Child, I'm losing my medical terminology. They got me fucked up. So they got the syringes in the bin. They walking around with the bins like this. So then when you sit down at the cubicle with the nurse or whoever type of personnel they are, I think they nurses, EMTs, whatever. You sit down, that's when the soldier will come and take the needle out of the bin and hand it to them. I was like, look, y'all give me anxiety. All this fatigue walking around here is giving me anxiety. They was giving me anxiety. Like, I don't know what it was about them. They was just giving me anxiety. And so that, like, I just felt like a lab rat. I straight up felt like a lab rat. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I felt like a lab rat. But at the same time, it was like, I believe in science. I need to do this. Like, right? So, I sit down, and the nurse, whatever he is, he was funny. He was cool. And he was sitting right underneath a Derek Jeter poster. So when I looked up, I saw the Derek Jeter. I was like, oh, I'm good. Derek Jeter, hey, my little guardian angel. I'll be all right. And so then he was like, do you have allergies and stuff? And I was like, I have allergies to food. He was like, what are you allergic to? I was like, apples, celery, coffee grounds. He was like, oh no, you got a whole laundry list. I ain't got time for you. Yo, he was funny. Like, he was so funny. So, like, he helped calm me down a little bit. Then, sat there, and he started, you know, filling out the little card. And he handed me the card. He was like, this is going to be for you. Then he was like, are you ready? He was like, I need to get up here. So then, I didn't wear the proper shirt. So I took my arm out from underneath my shirt. I had flashed him a little side move. That's okay, though. And I was like, I ain't got no shame. Boop! Right? And then he was like, are you ready? And I was like, give me a second. Okay, I'm ready. Yo, when I tell you Hot Mess Express, I was a Hot Mess Express. Dang, they gotta put your time, the time they gonna give you the injection, like the exact time they give you the injection. They put it on a sticker, and they put the sticker on your shoulder or on your coat or whatever. But I had taken my coat off, so obviously I gotta take my coat off. I don't know how people had their sticker on their coat. I guess they took it off, whatever, and put it on their coat. But he put my sticker on my knee. I was like, yeah, because I'm a fat girl. Like, he put the sticker on my knee, and then he put a little star because I have asthma. So they was like, oh, you got to wait 30 minutes instead of 15 minutes. So I was like, okay. So then I go to the waiting area. I took my selfie. You know, I had to take my selfie with my card and my little sticker that said Yankee Stadium, New York City, vaccinated, whatever. I took my little selfie. So at that point, I felt okay. At that point, I felt okay. I was starting to get a little fatigued after like 5 minutes. But I was wearing 3 masks because, you know, I be OD with that shit. I ain't playing. So I was feeling a little fatigued. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just the 3 masks. You know, it's been like an hour now. So, but it was definitely the vaccine. Then a soldier came and he was like, all right, I need everybody in this area to move to this other location. So I'm thinking, all right, we almost ready to go. He moved us. He put us in this. We had to leave out, like we was leaving out. Then go to this other room on the other side. And I don't know. We was walking, and we went into this other room, and we sat there. And so the nurse came up to me. I guess I was like seriously looking loopy, and the nurse came up to me. She was like, "Are you okay?" And cause I had the pump in my hand. I was like, I'm not playing with y'all. I had my pump in my hand, my blue pump. And so I made sure I took my blue pump, my good pump. And so I'm sitting there and she was like, you okay? Whatever. I was like, yeah, I'm just fatigued, but I'm all right. So she looked at the star on my thing and she pointed at the star and she was like, oh, you got to wait 30 minutes. So I was like, that's what the star means? She goes, yeah. I was like, girl. Anybody got time for you? So now I'm texting my husband like, yo, go to the Gucci Freak and get my chicken soup. He over there talking about some parking. He can't find no parking, blah, blah, blah. He's over by the McDonald's. There's a McDonald's down the hill from the Yankee Stadium. So he was like, I'm down by the McDonald's. He was like, when you come outside, I'll just drive around the corner. So I said, all right, but they just told me I got to sit here for 30 minutes because I got a little star on my sticker. So he was like, okay, whatever. And so, yo, why people started walking in and they looked like they was pissing on themselves. They was like holding their crotch, walking to the bathroom. Yo, we was in there laughing. People were out there peeing on themselves like they couldn't hold it. So then now you got a line in the back of the room trying to go to that bathroom. I was like, oh my God, yo. I mean, but they was pretty organized. Now, this is the part when it gets a little crazy for me. So when I left out of there, I was like a little fatigued. I was a little loopy. I started feeling a little loopy. But I was all right because I was like, I told the nurse, I said, I'm going to pump. And then I'm going to leave. So she was like, all right. So I pumped. She said, you can pump. That's fine. So I pumped. And then I sat there for like maybe another 5 minutes. And then I left. So when I got outside, my husband came around the corner. I get in the car. That's when that shit hit me. I took the mask off. And Rosie was high. I was high. Okay? I was high. It was like... I had weed, tequila, some 1970s drug. It was like, yo, you missed Woodstock. This was it, baby. That's how I felt. Cause the minute when I opened the door to the car and I put my leg up, I went back. I was like, ooh. And that's when I felt like it hit me. When I took my mask off and I sat up in the car and I put my seatbelt on and I was like, yo, I feel high. I was like, I feel like I just smoked a blunt. This is not even a joke. I was like, my husband was like, oh shit, here we go. I'm gonna have to hear you all night long. I'm like, yo, this is for real. Like, I feel like I just smoked, drank. Like, like, it's really starting to hit me. Next thing you know, he turns. I was like, oh, well, I want to go get chicken soup at the Cuchi Frito. He was like, nah, they both closed. I'm driving to Fordham. So now he's driving up to Fordham, 188. He's driving up there. So then, I'm looking at the lights. My friend is texting me. I remember that. I remember texting my friend. And I was like, yo, I'm feeling kind of high. Like, I'm feeling fatigued. She was like, drink some water. So then my husband had a bottle of water. So I started drinking water. But yo, by the time I got to the Cuchi Frito on 188, I was busting out laughing. I had the giggles. I was like straight high. It was like I was high. It was like I was on something. And then my husband went into the Cuchi Frito. My mom said that I called her. I don't remember that. I just remember texting my friend. And she was like, drink some water or whatever. And I was like, oh, I feel high and stuff. Then, only thing I remember about the drive home was the lights. I remember lights. I was like, oh my God. Like all the street lights and stuff, like just look so much brighter. And I could smell everything. So then now when we get home, right, my husband's sitting there eating a salad. And I was like, whoa, like, why do I smell everything? Like, I could smell everything in the living room. Like, I smell the candle. I smell his salad. I smelled the chocolate that was sitting on the coffee table. It was like my senses heightened and it was crazy. Like, all the colors looked brighter. Like, my nose, like, and then I was tasting everything. Like, the soup was, like, salty. This is the part where I black out. I don't remember anything past this. But apparently, I was texting my friend. I was sending her pictures of me eating some kind of cereal bar. Because then I found the pictures on my phone this morning. I don't remember that. I only remember eating my soup. I don't remember going upstairs. I don't remember going to bed. I don't remember eating my munchies. My husband said I was trying to eat all the munchies in the house. Like, after you smoke weed or you eat an edible and you start trying to eat munchies, he said I was like that. Like, I was trying to eat all the munchies. I don't remember that at all. At all. Then, I'm in bed sleep, like around 1 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden, I hear, pop, 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 pop. I'm like, wait a minute. It's a goddamn shootout. I jumped up out my bed, and I'm thinking it's like a shootout. And I'm like, yo, it was my ears. My ears were popping. My right ear was like, pop, 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 pop. Like it was a goddamn shootout or something going on in my ear. And I jumped up out the bed and I was like this. Yo, why my right ear is like perfectly clear and I can hear nice and clear now. I don't know what's in that vaccine, but that shit is the super juice. That shit is the truth. Okay, let me tell y'all. I woke up this morning after that. I don't remember going back to sleep. I remember grabbing my ear and hearing the popping. I don't remember going back to sleep. But according to what my husband says, he says that when I went upstairs, he was watching the news And I started twerking and dancing, talking about I was going to Miami. I'm gonna get my suitcase, because apparently he was watching the news, and on the news they were talking about if you get the vaccine, like 2 weeks later, I guess you can gather and stuff like that. I don't know. That's what he was telling me this morning. And then he said that I started dancing and twerking, talking about I was going to Miami. I'm going to go get my suitcase. Do I remember any of this? No, I do not. I don't even remember going upstairs. I don't remember going to bed. Last thing I remember sitting on the sofa eating that salty ass chicken soup, because it was like crazy, like all my senses, like I kept tasting everything extra more than what it was. So I don't even remember that. Then I woke up this morning, I was hungover. I was texting my friends and I was like, yo, I feel like this is like a 90s hangover. Like when you was partying in the club, bottle full of bud, like you in the club in the 90s and you got dead hungover early 2000s and you woke up jacked up in the morning. That's how I felt today. That's how I felt this morning. I was like, yo, what is happening right now? Like, I felt like I got hit by a Mack truck. I was like, this is the truth serum. Like, what did they put in me? My brother, I texted my brother. My brother's like, oh, you an X-Men now. He was like, that shit got baby fetuses. Look, man, I don't know what is in there. I believe in science. Whatever they shot me up with, it's going to fight off whatever's out there. And that's all that matters to me. But let me tell y'all, this Johnson & Johnson vaccine, it's a one-shot deal. That shit is not to play with. I felt high. This is my personal experience. I ain't talking about nobody else's experience or what your side effects should be or should it be. I'm just saying my personal experience, I was high. Okay? The shit was like a hallucinogenic. Like I popped 3 Percocets and drank some tequila. Okay? That's how your girl felt. You see my hair? Do you see my hair right now? Like, I'm bugging today. Like, I'm really bugging. It's not even funny. And I got a 3 o'clock eye doctor's appointment. Yeah. I don't know how we're working that out. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I'm kind of glad that my parents didn't go with me, because I had appointments for them too. But I'm kind of glad my parents didn't go with me, and I'm kind of glad my brother got them appointments for the Pfizer one. That's 2 shots over here in Jersey, because I don't think they would have been able to withstand this. Like, it's too much. Like, I'm a strong motherfucker, but damn. This is not for the weak. Let me tell y'all, this shit, and my arm burns. Oh, let me tell y'all, my arm is burning. Y'all see my arm burns, y'all. Like, I must have put Vicks on at some point, because my arm is sticky. I remember telling my friend I was going to put Vicks on. I just don't remember doing it. Girl. The hallucinogenic was real. Baby fetuses or whatever juicy juice they put in that. It's the truth serum. It's the real deal. So, if you go get vaccinated, if you think you're a tough guy, go get that Johnson & Johnson. If you a lightweight, go get that 2-for-1 deal, Pfizer and Moderna. Because this right here, this ain't for the faint of heart. And when I get, like, if I'm sitting down like this, I'm good. But when I get up and start walking around, like, I feel like, you know, like hungover. Like, I feel like this, you know, like, child. It's the truth. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. But I had to just tell y'all, I had to get it off my chest, like, about this vaccine. Like, it was real. It was real. It was real. So, I'll talk to you guys in my next one. I got a Dollar Tree haul for y'all. I got some more looks for y'all. But I had to film this for y'all. I had to tell y'all my post-vaccine reactions. Like, it's crazy. Now I gotta find out, like, if other people have had some kind of, like, high type feeling after this vaccine, because that's the only way I could describe it. Like, I just felt high. Like, I was okay for a little bit, but then I felt high. Yep. Got that straight hangover. So I'm about to go make me some chicken soup. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye, you guys. Don't forget, check the clearance aisle and wear your mask.